what Todd and Justin had to say, but one thing that stuck out to me is about the red apple, you know, that whole thing is, how do you find red apples? Well, if we're going to think about what Todd said, you have to be a red apple in order to find a red apple, right? That's deep. I know you guys wrote that down because it took me a long time to figure that out for some reason. So, can you guys hear me back there? No. If you said no, you heard me. All right. I got you. All right. So most of you guys peg me as the social media person and the Facebook skills person, but I actually have two skills, and one is Facebook and the other one is selling. So I've been in the insurance industry for 7 or 8 years now, long time. And you have to be pretty good at sales to sell something that doesn't even exist, right? I mean, who goes home and stares at their insurance policy? Nobody does, right? It's just a piece of paper, and it's really just peace of mind. But what does that sound like to you? It sounds like services, right? So that's why I'm up here, and I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about how to sell without selling. So I got a question for you guys. How many people are here to make money?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because if you're not, if money isn't everything, then you can go work at McDonald's, right? So here's the thing, is when we join a network marketing company, we have that in our mind. I'm here to make money, right? So when you go and talk to a prospect, they get that vibe too. And they're like, they're just trying to make money. It might be the truth, but we got to be smarter than that. We can't let on that that's why we're actually there, right? So that's why I put that up there, because you have to put yourself in their perspective, in their shoes. Nobody wants to be sold. Everybody wants to be a part of the conversation, though. So here's the difference between sales versus consulting, okay? Salespeople convince, they tell facts, they push their product, and they have the sale in mind. Now, I highlighted the word mind because it is a mindset before you approach anybody, whether you're the salesman or the consultant, okay? Consultants, they listen and they find a need. They share a story, right? Facts tell, stories settle, right? Or however that goes. Offer a solution, and consultants have the client in mind. So something I had to learn while I was learning sales was, I'm here to be of service to you, not the other way around. You know, a lot of times we're like, come join my team, come join my company. Can you hear me? I feel like I'm so loud. I can echo. I can even hear. Back there. I'm going to try my best. Maybe can I use a megaphone back there? All right. So when I learned how to do sales myself, I had to have the other person in mind. It takes, you have to be kind of like a detective almost, like an investigator. You have to really listen to what it is that they actually want. There's 5 steps to consulting, okay? Now, in my video on YouTube, some of you guys have seen 5 steps to the sales process, but really, it's about consulting. So, the first one is you're going to build rapport. The second one is the full disclosure. Third is product selection. You know, what's right for them based on what they told you that they needed. 4 is the close or the action steps. And 5 is the 24-hour meet. Now, you guys don't have to write everything down. I mean, you can if you want. I'll post these slides on Facebook later. So just to ease your mind, if you don't, forget to try to keep up. You don't have to keep up. Number 2, 24-hour meet. I'm going to tell you that in the end. That's step 5. We're going to go through them all. Step number 1 is build rapport. So this is where you're sitting down with somebody or you're talking to them on the internet and you're trying to get to know them, right? Now, I use this Ford. It's a little bit like form, as some of you guys have heard, except for the last one is D, dream. I like to get to the bottom of what their dreams are. I try to find their goals, their motivators, their why, okay? Because you're going to bring that back to them later, right? So anytime they try to give you any objections, which I'm going to get into, you can say, well, what you told me is this was important to you and this was important to you, because we listened. And that's going to help us close the sale. So this fact-finding part is actually extremely important. These are some fact-finding questions. You may not be able to see from the back, but I'll read them to you. And, you got to be kind of sneaky to get all these questions in there, okay? You just kind of have to feel the person out, but these are ones that I like to get to the bottom of. If what you see today is something you're excited about and qualify for, we're going to get to that. Will you be able to make a financial decision? Why am I asking them? I'm asking them if they have any money, right? Because I don't want to talk to somebody. I don't want to spend an hour on the phone with somebody if they can't make a financial decision today. All right, so I find out. And if they try to come back and say, I don't have no money, I'm going to say, you said you can make a financial decision today. How much extra time do you have to put into a business? Why am I asking about time? Because that's a common objection later, right? I don't have any time. You said you had 3 hours a day. Do you make decisions alone? Or do you have somebody you consult with, like a wife or a husband? Boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, mom? No, I make decisions alone. Everyone's going to say that out of pride, and now they really can't use that later on you. So you just took that off the table for them. Tell me about your experience in network marketing. I ask them this because a lot of people have had a negative experience in network marketing. And they say, I tried that, it didn't work. Sounds like you had a negative experience. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that? Tell me about your current company. A lot of us are networking with other networkers, right? What do you like? What do you not like? How's the leadership? Do you have a solid mentor? Are you getting paid enough for the work you're putting in? How's the products and services? Step 2 is the full disclosure. I love this part because this is where you posture yourself as a consultant. Okay, look, I'm not here to sell you anything you don't want or need. Okay? That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to try to persuade you to join if it's something that's not right for you. I'm here to be of service to you because you told me that you needed to save money, that you're paying too much money for travel. You told me that you're doing this, this, and this. I'm here as your consultant to help you, not I'm chasing you. You're setting the expectations, okay? You want to outline the enrollment process. Now I'm going to tell them, look, if this is something that makes sense to you, this is how the rest of this process is going to go. You're going to pre-enroll on my website, or you can say something like opt in on my website. You're going to get information sent to you, and then we're going to get back on the phone, right? If you set the expectation up in the beginning, you don't have to really close them at the end. Make no promises. They must qualify. Why do I say the word qualify? Everybody qualifies to be a network marketer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right? So it kind of takes you have no takeaways if everybody can qualify. You know, if you apply for a job, for instance, you have to go through an interviewing process and they have to decide if they like you. Well, for me, I can't speak for MDC, but I can speak for my team, Ninja Team. I'm going to say this to them. I don't know if you qualify to be on my team because I spend this amount of time with my team. I help these people make this much money. You know, so if you're going to work with me and I'm going to invest in you, I need you to show up, stay plugged in, come to the events, and do all this stuff, right? Now, if you can do that, then we have a deal. But I can't promise you anything. I make no promises. Step 3 is the product selection, okay? Based on what they said, maybe there's somebody that is sick or has lupus or has some kind of thing, you know, right? Nutritional sprays. If they're like a health nut, nutritional sprays, that's an easy fit for them. Well, you can build your business while taking your vitamins, so that's an easy pick for you, right? Now, if they say anything else about, savings, if they're concerned about saving money or travel or whatever else, they mention to you in the getting to know you part, my daily benefits. So I ask them no-brainer questions where they have no choice but to agree with what I want them to say, okay? So, have you or anyone you know ever used a lawyer? Yes. Have you ever done your taxes before? Do you know anybody that does taxes? Yes. If you had all the time and the money, what would you do? Travel. Have you ever needed advice in your personal or financial life? Yes. Would you rather save money on something you're already buying for or pay full price? I want to save money, right? Great. Sounds like you'd be a good fit for our exclusive membership. And this is the entry to the close. If I could show you a way to save money on the products and services you're already buying and help you make that $500 to $2,000 a month, would it be safe to assume that this membership would make a lot of sense for you? Don't say anything after that. Let them answer you. This is where everybody makes a mistake. It seems like they start talking. They want to keep on selling. They're excited, you know, whatever. And we have this, and let me tell you about this. After you put that question up, you just wait for the response. They're going to either agree to join you, or they're going to give you some objections. That's only one of two things that can happen. Objections, right? We all get it. We all run into this every time because it's part of the sales process. You can expect to have objections. Don't be afraid of them. Be prepared for them. Excuses are for people who don't want it bad enough. When they give you an excuse, it's because they don't trust you or they don't want it bad enough. Those are the two things that it usually comes down to. You can say that they didn't have money, but I have a couple here that made that trip anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if you want it bad enough, you do it. Here's my rebuttals. These are my favorite ones that I put together for you guys here. I don't have enough money. Okay, cool. That's going to be the reality for the rest of your life until you decide to do something different.
Yes.
Let's change that for you today. I don't have enough time. That's exactly why you need to start a home-based business, because you don't own your own time. I have to ask my spouse. I'd rather you let me explain this program to them. So let's get them on the phone and make sure we describe the information accurately. Because what's going to happen, they're going to give the diluted version of what they heard. They can't retain all that information. We've been spending months trying to learn, right? So they're going to go home to their spouse and be like, yeah, there's this thing, it's kind of like a pyramid, and you just get people in, and you make a lot of money, you get rich in 3 months. That's what it sounds like from what they took away from what you said, even though you laid it all out perfectly. They don't know how to do what we know how to do, so you let us do the talking, right? I'm not good at network marketing. I tried it before it didn't work. Sounds like you had a bad experience. Can I ask what you've experienced in the past that has affected your belief in the industry now? The industry's not bad just because something bad happened to you in it. That's like saying, I got fired from a job, I ain't getting a job ever again. It don't work. And I've been fired. Matter of fact, I've been fired from almost every job that I've had. Okay? In fact, I fired myself. I sold my insurance agency last year. So that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means it ain't for me, you know? But other people, they're succeeding just fine, you know? My current company won't allow it. Okay? Some people try to do like 2 or 3 companies and try to juggle everything at once. That's tough, by the way. Anybody can make that happen. I would love to sit down with you and have a heart-to-heart, because I've tried that and failed miserably. But this is what I say to them when they're on the fence about leaving their company, okay? Unless your company has an open brand that allows a variety of products and services, how do you think you will survive in this ever-changing industry if you can't keep up with the trends? NBC has built its vision around growing with the times. Who's going to say that? Nobody says that, you know? Because NBC has something truly unique. Step 4, this is the close, okay? The action steps. After you address the objections, you go into the close. 9 times out of 10, they just want you to give them an answer to what their objection is. They want to know that they didn't stump you. That's it. If you give them an answer, go right into the close. So I position it like this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Okay? I make it a team effort. I make sure they know that I'm their mentor and I'm here to guide them through this process. Here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and get on my website, put your information in, and I tell them what's going to happen. Now, you can do that now, wait on the phone, and then I'll tell you what to do next. They want you to guide them through this process. The close is, this is what we're going to do. Not, okay, so what do you say? You know, or are you interested? Don't even do that. That doesn't even sound good at all, and that won't work. But, you know, this is what we're going to do. Now you're saying, I'm the leader, I'm guiding you, right? And I just said that, so I'm not going to read it. But there are 3 ways to get started. I recommend coming in at executive. Saves you money because you're going to end up upgrading later anyway. So why pay for it twice if you can pay for it once? This will get your whole business set up so we can start working out your game plan. They want to know you have a strategy in mind for them. Okay? The reason they're joining you is because they believe that you're going to help them succeed. They want to know you have a game plan in mind, a blueprint, a system, a step to success. We need for you to map that out. Step number 5 is the 24-hour meet after they've enrolled, okay? Just because you got them in your business doesn't mean you're done selling them. Somebody had to sell you to get to this building today, right? I mean, we continue the sales process through the relationship with that person, okay? We're constantly building belief in the industry and in each other and in our people in our business, right? So you must go. So here's the steps for that. 60-day commitment. I go up to somebody after they've joined and I say, you have me for 60 days. I am here come, hell or high water, right? You're not quitting on me and I'm not quitting on you for 60 days. We're going to do everything. I will do all your calls for you. I will hold your hand every step of the way. After that, you're going to have a team of your own and I'm going to pass the torch. At that point, that is when you will duplicate everything that I've taught you. You set that in their mind from the get-go that they are going to duplicate and they are not quitting for 60 days, okay? Of course, you can change that to 90 days, 120 days, whatever you want. The second thing we're going to do is build your list. You want to get them to build their list within 24 hours. Don't wait on that because what's going to happen if you wait past that 24-hour period, they're never going to give it to you. I mean, it's going to be like pulling teeth. Number 3, you got to set up your auto ship. If you want to work with me, you got to be fully vested in this business. You got to be fully vested in yourself. Number 4, we got to get you qualified. Everybody knows how to get qualified. 100 PV on the left, 100 PV on the right. I train everybody on my team to be qualified. Number 5, this is how you're going to use me. I do a training call 3 days a week, 12 o'clock noon. Get on that call. Anytime you have any questions, you can get on that call and ask. Okay? Number 6, plug into all the corporate and team calls. You got to plug your people in. Okay? They have to know where to find things that they need. And number 7, personal development. If your people are not engaging in personal development, you're going to have to motivate them individually all the time. What I did instead with my team is I said, everybody get on this 9 o'clock Think and Grow Rich call. Every day, 9 o'clock in the morning, everybody get on that call because that's going to set your mind right for the whole day. Now what's happened since we've done that, everybody's positive on Facebook, on our chats, everybody's happy, everybody's uplifting, and everybody's learning something. So that is my whole thing. And then you want to keep in touch, obviously. Don't neglect your team. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you.
Awesome.